Hey guys, it's Kevin here. This video might be a little lengthy because I just have a couple things that I want to say. This is regarding my um, my depression that happened last year, um, my dysphoria, and my bottom surgery. So to start, I don't even know where to start. So let's see. Earlier last year, um, me and my wife, we did IVF. Um, so IVF is when they take out your egg and then they put the sperm together, and then you just hope that it fits, that they connect, and then eventually they hit blastocyst, and then you can put them to freeze. Whenever you want to use them. So we chose the route of embryo. So that's why they had to do like the connection and at the end pass blastocyst, because then they become an embryo. So it's just a cell. It doesn't look like anything. And then when you do eggs, they just take out the egg, that's it, and they freeze it. But there's a higher possibility with embryos, so we chose that route. Okay, so the first time didn't work, and that's what eventually caused my depression. Also because I was off of testosterone for like almost a year, and it was so difficult just being in general, like getting off testosterone. I was on testosterone for 6 years, and my body going back to exactly female. I got my period again because I had to for IVF. My curves came back, and one funny thing happened. I have like this belly hair, and I never shave it. And as the months went by that I was off testosterone, my hair kind of like disappeared. So that happened. My voice did change a tad bit, and it was just hard. I hated going to the bathroom. I hated, showering, having to it was just really bad. And then on top of that, I felt that I was never going to have a biological child because my egg count was very, very low. So that's where my depression started. And then the second time we did it, and while I was doing all of that, the second time we did it, it worked. I was able to have a biological child, frozen and everything. Embryo, not a child. And during all that time, I was a truck driver working at night, which is very difficult to do when you're going through something like this, emotionally and physically. And it was hard to eat, so my meals were like all over the place. I wasn't sleeping well. Imagine trying to sleep during the day, and it's just hard, So that was rough. So I ended up leaving the trucking job because every day I just spent crying in the truck by myself, alone in the middle of nowhere most of the time. So that happened, and it was just really hard. And I think it's something that a lot of trans guys don't talk about because I don't know if they're scared or embarrassed, but that shit was real. And it was really hard because I had to get off testosterone. I was on testosterone for 6 years, and that was probably the most hardest thing I could have ever done. And it eventually, I wanted it so bad, and I got depression. But I was told by my psychiatrist that most of the people in the United States, 50% of people in the United States that do IVF end up in depression. So I didn't know that after I had a session with her. So that's something that I think everyone should know, especially trans men, non-binary, that want to one day have a family biologically from them. yeah, so that was hard. So then I started Uber. That it helped a little because it was during the day. I was able to sleep, make my own schedule, but I was still off. I didn't know what it was. I was having a really, really hard time. Like, I had no motivation. I didn't want to eat. Um, I was very like low, and I didn't know what was going on. I just thought like, I'm just really sad because I left Saya, and like money was different, blah blah. So one of those days where I had left to do an Uber ride, I started my day. In June, I just told myself, it happened so fast, but um, I told myself that I didn't want to live anymore, and I tried to commit suicide. Uh, so eventually, thank God nothing happened to me, and I raced back home, hysterical, confused, very, just, I was just clouded. And I had told Melissa what I had just did and what had happened, and that's when it started in June. So yeah, the whole summer I tried to do it like without medicine and everything, and I joined the Zumba. I joined a rock climbing gym. I what else? And during that time, Melissa was helping me shower. I had family that would come over and help me if I didn't feel safe. I was also scared to walk the dogs. I had a lot of suicidal thoughts. I had a lot of anxiety. My anxiety was so bad that it was like I was walking around, but like my soul, like I was like just a body walking around, like my soul wasn't in my body. That's how it felt. It was horrible. And the only way I could take the anxiety out was to do something physical with my hands, or like take a cold shower, which I didn't do because I didn't like showering, or coloring, doing a word search, playing with the dogs, anything. My therapist actually told me I can even put my head in the refrigerator, so it's like, cold. If my wife was around, she would just like put her hand on my wrist, and sometimes that would help. So that went all the way till January, that I tried to do it by myself, and it just got worse and worse and worse. So I decided in January of this year to start medication, and honestly, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. Sorry, this video is so long. So I'm just gonna name this one IVF and Depression. But yeah, I took the medication, and so far what month is it? I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know the days of my week because I haven't worked neither. I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. I also wanted to take my ultrasound test. I couldn't concentrate. So let's see. What month is it? Oh, it's April. So I've been on medication from January to April so far, and it has helped me tremendously. I can get up by myself. I love to shower. I can clean the house. I can walk my babies. I'm not scared to walk outside. I just started driving. So good things. But I just wanted to make this video because I thought it was really important, especially for the trans community, trans men and non-binary people that go through IVF and they're just, in the dark and quiet about what's going on. because it's really hard as to be transgender and to enter a room full of women who are doing what they have to do, and you know, you go in there and it was just hard. And what was even harder, you know, because you have to get ultrasounds done, and they're not like over the belly, they're inside. So that was like another thing that was triggering, because I don't associate myself with that part of my body that I had. So yeah, and I was very emotional. My body was just like, whereas it, you know, from being all the years in testosterone, and then all of a sudden, you know, I started adding all these estrogen shots, you know, multiple, you know. So yeah, I just want to say that that's what I went through last year. Last year was not my year, and but I am doing better now, and I'm happy that I'm getting better. So it's only up from here. So in the next video that I make, it's gonna be about my bottom surgery and information on that. See you guys.